Hi, it's Sylvia. I want us to talk about how to train our kids to eat mindfully. Mindful eating is a technique that can be learned and practiced by the whole family, and that's why I am such an advocate for it because it sets everyone up for a lifestyle of positive body image. And of course, that's what we want for our kids, and because they would learn how to be in tune with their body signals, it helps in every way for them to for you to train them up to eat mindfully and um avoid the diet mentality. So today let's talk about ways that kids can grow up with mindful eating. Now, number one is for you to trust their hunger and fullness cycle. If your kid says, I'm full, don't be the parent that would say, just this one spoon. We've all been there, just this one spoon. Um, you know, go on, you can have it, or go on, you can finish it. You're indirectly, telling them not to trust their body signals, um, but to listen to an external factor, to allow an external source to judge how much they should eat. And this is what we want to avoid, because mindful eating is all about awareness. And so you want them to be in tune with how they feel, the fullness. When they feel full, when they shake their head or they tell you, I'm full, for you to acknowledge and trust that they have said that they are full and not force them to finish up their plate. And that is one. Two, teach them to chew their food properly because digestion starts in the mouth. And that is one thing about chewing your food because you aid digestion. And you can play a game with them at the table, at the meal table. You can say, let's see who can get up to 20 chews. I do this sometimes with my kids, and you see them counting. They're learning how to chew their food and not to rush. This leads to them slowing down to eat. And this is very beneficial because they are not gulping down their food, but they are being mindful and chewing and slowing down to eat. And this is really another key point. And the third point is planning your meals so that they can look forward to home cooked meals most days. I say most days because I know how it is for busy moms, to have home cooked meals. And as a busy working mom, it can be difficult, to have home cooked meals every time, but start from where you are and build up. If you're not the type that has been planning your meals, start now planning meals. Maybe you can plan for 3 days in a week cooking, see how it goes. And because in that way your kids look forward to nourished meal and they're eating whole food most of the time. And this would make them feel nourished, fuller for longer, and energetic, in a good way. So let's plan our meals, and this is one of the things I discuss in my course about how to plan your meals, and because this is so beneficial as for the family as a whole and for you to be your healthiest version. So that's three. Four, teach them never to eat in secret. Never to eat in secret because they have to remain comfortable and sane when they eat. Eating in secret, if you it brings about guilt, it brings about condemnation, and you don't want that for your kids because that is bringing about it's the beginning of negative body image. So you want to teach them to never hide their food, and just be aware. Let them when they want to eat or when they are eating, tell them to make sure they're eating with all dignity, and not to feel guilty, because there is no guilt and there is no condemnation when it comes to eating. I love food, I eat mindfully, and it's not something to be ashamed of. In that way, when they're in tune, when they learn to eat gracefully, eat where people are, they become aware of how much they're eating. They become aware of how they feel when they eat. They're not hiding, because when you do things in secret, you're not counting how much you do. It's just a habit you get used to. Nibbling that biscuit in secret or eating in secret because, oh, mommy might be upset with me. But show them that, even if they want to have a biscuit, they can have a biscuit, but they should have it without feeling ashamed of it, because that is the first point. You're trying to build their image. You don't want them to feel guilty about having snacks or having a meal, and that is opening up that is allowing them to open up to how they feel, and not being ashamed of it. So, you know, another thing is to wean them off sugary drinks and introduce more of water. I remember I used to dilute my kids' squash to the extent that now they don't even care about juices. They don't have juices. Like, they just want their water, and that's it. Because with time, because of how with time they just got used to the taste of water. Now they in their lunchbox they have just water. So sometimes I buy a drink, and it stays in the fridge for weeks, and just because that is how they have now been conditioned to be, to not to quench their thirst with water. And that is something you can start with your kids as well. And so, these key points, would leave it at that today, and I'll bring you part two of this series. This is something I'm so passionate about, because when I look at my girls, they inspire me to be the healthiest version of myself. And I'm very passionate about training them to escape that world of dieting and have confidence in their body image, have that body image that they are confident about. And it starts with me. And that is why I'm passionate about it. I hope you found this useful. We will talk about part two of this, because there's still more points to discuss about mindful eating. So I'll bring you part two of this in my next video. Look out for that. Speak to you later. Bye.